back now. We look at race number 10. Good race this, Class 2 over the 1600 metres. CP Brave is up in trip from the 1400 to the 1600 metres. We've got Keefe carrying an extra £9 on his fourth behind packing victory, but a far better draw. A surface switch for So We Joy, all weather onto the turf. Beauty Verse was Jungle Magnate, won the Derby in South Australia before arriving. Second time over 1600 for Galaxy Witness. We've got Beauty Fit, a two-time course and distance winner, but it was in Class 3. Sight Spirit is second up and comes up in grade. Captain Winners place 2 from 4 track and distance. And Precise Express is coming back to his favourite trip of 1600 metres. All of his wins have been over this distance, and that is 3 of them. All right, speed map for the last here. Tom, does Keefe take full advantage of that better draw?
He should definitely do from barrier 3 into CP Brave out of 1. He can be up on the speed to CP Brave for sure, and then outside of that, with it maybe looking like a pace-dominated race, Paul, good to slow on the C+3. You've got Shining Gem, Sight Spirit, who's down £10 here, and So We Joy off a run on the all-weather.
Yeah, so he might try and go forward. Precise Express is drawn a bit wide. Galaxy Witness is up in trip. I thought he might try and settle midfield there. Beautyverse, the first starter, is drawn wide, so I expect him to go back from barrier number 14. And Maldives, the one with the funky mane, he's likely to go back as well.
Bit of hair all over the place does Maldives have leading into, no doubt, Sunday. Certainly did last time as well. Keefe is the focus horse to start off with, though, and he's ridden this week by Silvestre de Souza.
Sylvester Keefe is a horse that I wanted to talk to you about. He's clearly a very smart horse. What was your first impression of him last time?
He ran a good race, you know. Obviously we've been very unlucky with the gate he's been get for the last time, and but you know, I'm very confident the horse has come out the race well, and he should improve from the last race, you know.
Just on that race, I mean, he looks a really tenacious type of horse, loves a battle, and I mean, he was only beaten really by a couple of really nice horses, so I guess the form there is there for everyone to see. Absolutely,
yeah. You know, obviously, you know, that day I couldn't ride him any different, you know, the way the race panned out for him, but this time, and I'm near the favourite, and I presume Tony Cruz horse will be the favourite in my outside, and you know, as a list we have a tag into the race, and but yeah, no, he done everything professional, and he should improve, and I look forward to it, you know.
Given his running style, is that barrier sort of crucial, do you think, for him, drawn in 3?
Absolutely, yeah, and you know, he's been so unlucky, like, you know, and you know, you think that way, the way he ran last time, and if he had got a better gate this time, it could be different, but we just have to play the way he is, and we just have to work out from the gate we got.
How's he felt since then, Sylvester? I noticed you've had a sit on him in track work.
Yeah, he feels good, and he's a very enthusiastic horse, and you know, he pleases you in the morning, so you know, he's a very straightforward.
That's the early favourite with Silvestre de Souza, who rides Keefe. We move on now, Paul. Where's Galaxy Witness at? He was better last time, but he was beaten, and he goes up to the 1600.
Yeah, so look, he's raced once over this trip before. He was placed. He did run third at that distance, so he has done it before. I'm not sure where his best distance is. Tom, is it 14? Is it 16? I don't know.
I'm not convinced it's at a mile at all about Galaxy Witness. He did cover a fair bit of ground there last time out, and he wasn't beaten overly far, but his starts have been costing him a little bit recently too, I feel. Galaxy Witness, 4-year-old heading towards the 4-year-old series. This was the race that was won in the end by the Irishman, but I'm not convinced. If they ran a soft mile, he might, but a strong mile, I'm not so sure.
Finishing further back in that race, Beauty Fit, Shining Gem, Entiachi Monster. Sight Spirit, Tom, there he is on the rail, comes up in grade, so carries £10 less than this race.
Yeah, I quite like him in this race, Sight Spirit. It was a much better effort from him last time out. That was into this race first up, so here he is second up. He had a good run on the fence. He was able to get off the fence, and he's drawn a little awkwardly, Paul, but he'll be back somewhere, and I think with £10 off his back, he's ready to run a big race here behind Circuit Stella this effort. Yeah,
obviously the weight decrease really helps this horse, and he did finish off strongly enough. Just the barrier, as you say, is a little bit awkward.
Charity Grace 4th, So We Joy 9th. You were keen on Mr. Ascendancy the start prior to this. Paul, what about this week?
Yeah, it was disappointing there. Look, he was right on the cusp, Mr. Ascendancy. He just didn't quite make it in, because I just think his race is going to be dominated from the front, pace related, and that's why I didn't put Charity Grayson either, but it was a good run from both. Charity Grace, I should say.
Yeah, I'm going to put Charity Grace in. He finished along the fence here. He's been back to the trials since. He looked to a trial pretty well there. Didn't have a great deal of early speed last time out, but ran on nicely against the fence there.
You've had a bit of time for this horse in the past, haven't you, Tom? Precise Express.
Yeah, not this week though, from 13. Ran home pretty well here behind SJ Torbin, who didn't back it up again after this effort last start. He was the widest on the home turn, as you would have seen there, and he was making good ground, but I think there's a few things against him here this time round.
Yeah, and this race was running at a really fast pace, and you can see him finishing off strongly. So he might have been slightly flattered by that. I don't think this race is going to be run at anywhere near this tempo.
OK, so Precise Express maybe in something easier. This will be a focus horse on the day, Paul. Beautyverse comes here very well credentialed.
He does. A bit of hype around this horse. The tongue tie will go on, 11.36 pounds. I'm just going to put him in on a very minor line. I think he'll get back. He'll be running on. He's had 3 trials. Yeah,
I think the trials have all looked good from him. Zach Purton's been on board to the last 2. He's had one at the Valley also, but he'll be looking for a further sort of the first real sort of serious name in terms of imports that have stepped out leading into the 4-year-old series.
Yeah.
Zach Purton is on 32 winners for the season already. Tom, what about these runners on Sunday?
Yeah, well, he's got a couple of, he's got one newcomer there, Baby Crystal, a smart leader in the first race. Red Titan's not without a chance. Let's Do It's drawn a little wide. Beauty Joy, of course, all is good up the page as well. Definitely think Irimo can do it again. So too Beauty Eternal, Paul, and Beautyverse there in the last.
Yeah, I think those last couple were probably his better chances towards the end. He has got some awkward draws, Zach.
Selections race 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the favourite Keithy here. I think he's going to be right on the pace. Looks tough to beat. Galaxy Witness up to 1600. CP Brave, another horse that'll be on pace, and Beautyverse running on late. 2, 6, 1 and 5.
Interesting races with the 90 to 70 handicap, but I think Keefe can prevail here. Horse 2 are like 10 Sight Spirit with the weight off his back, 11 Charity Grace, and 5 Beautyverse. 2, 10, 11, 5.